Hi guys, what's going on and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going to be setting up the first row of tanks. Alright guys, so shamefully the audio to the first part of this video was corrupted, so that's why I'm doing this voiceover. Anyway, I'll just tell you what I did. So I basically just had, of course, the empty tanks were all cleaned out. And then I had this aqua soil left over from some previous tanks, so I decided to put the aqua soil in these tanks because, you know, aqua soil works really well with growing plants and stuff, and it's just good for the water quality, and yeah, I just love it. It's awesome stuff. So if you can afford it, definitely go with that. Otherwise, of course, you can just use some gravel or sand or whatever. Anyway, I filled the tanks up, and you know, that was just a pretty slow process. Well, it was actually not too bad because I got my filling up system, and as you can see, the tanks were kind of dirty. Well, the soil of course leached some organic stuff, and you know, it was a little cloudy, but not to worry, that was cleared after like a day or so, and the tanks were really nice and clear and you could see right into them. So in these tanks we have used some sponge filters, and that will be for this whole system actually, and then also 2 heaters in the both end tanks, and here you can see how clear these tanks now are. So you know, it just shows that these sponge filters really work awesome, and there's no reason why not to use them because they're really cheap and affordable, and if you have one big fish room and an air system like me, then it works awesome. I also added the lids, and that was about it. So that's where I'm at now, and so what I want to do now, I want to not escape these tanks, just set up these tanks. So I'm not sure, we just need to add like plants and fish and just see what we're gonna do. So I think first we'll add some plants. I don't have many plants at the moment, but we'll see what I've got, and then we can just add some plants, and then after that we'll add some fish. So for plants I've got a good selection here. These were in previous tanks. A big clump of Java moss, which I'm definitely going to use and you know, share about the tanks. Got some Anubias on rock and on wood, and I think there's some Bucephalandra there, yeah. So you know, we can use that. There's some more Java moss in there, so we can use that. Furthermore, maybe some of these floating plants. This is Amazon frogbit, I believe. We can use some of that in the tanks. That will work well. And I don't have much more at the moment, I don't think, so I'll need to order some plants, you know, get some more different variety of plants. Until then, we'll just use these. Right, okay, so I've got the moss here. I'm simply just gonna spread it into little pieces and just drop it in the tanks. I think I'll spread all of this between the 3 tanks, so that looks pretty good in there. And this will go next door, and then this will go in to the left one, which you can't see, but it's in anyway. So that's good. I'm just gonna leave it like that, just float it around and it'll do its thing. Well, actually guys, just thinking about it, I did say to myself that I was gonna actually do just 1 plant species per tank, so that would mean all of this Java moss would need to go in 1 tank. So I think I'm gonna do that. And then, yeah, I'm going to stick to what I was going to do, because I basically also want to grow plants for profit. So I thought, you know, if I would have all in one species, like in 1 tank, that would work a lot better than have it spread out over multiple tanks. And then in here we'll do something else, and here we'll do something else, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I'm just going to take this out of here and put it into there. Right, there we go, so that's much better. So now we've got more Java moss in here, which looks pretty cool, and yeah, that should be better with like growing there and stuff. Right, so for the middle tank I've just got some sage. I don't know what the real name is, it's like Sagittarius something. Anyway, I just call it sage, which is this really nice plant. Looks a bit like Vallisneria, but then it stays a lot smaller, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I think I'm just going to plant that in here. I don't have much, as you can see, but I'll just plant what I've got, and I maybe will buy some more, or just let this grow, of course. Right guys, so as you can see I've got everything planted. It isn't that much of course, like I said, but you know, it'll be fine for now, and I might buy some more in the near future, but that's all good. So let's move on to the last tank for plants, and for that I'm just going to use Anubias I've got here, and some Bucephalandra I think is on there. So I'll just chuck that in, you know, that doesn't really need to be planted. I'll just chuck that in there, and then we'll see how that does. Right, so that's in. Well, like you can see, I mean, it's floating. I need to add some pebbles or something, but I might change this. I'm not too sure yet. I need to divide it into bits, of course, to let it grow. But at least that's in. That's beautiful. So that's good. But I think that's done for the plants. Well, actually, that being said, I am going to add some floating plants, of course, and I'll add that to each of the tanks because why not? Floating plants are awesome. So yeah, let's get some floating plants added. Alright guys, time to add these floating plants. So I'm just going to add a couple in each tank, you know, just plop them in. And yeah, that's basically, you can't really even see what I'm doing, which is terrible. But I don't know how I can't get the camera any higher, so you know, I guess I just have to do this, and then I'll film afterwards to show you guys. Right, so now you can see a lot better look. So that's looking awesome. In there we got some, and then in there we got some, and then in here of course as well. Yeah, looking good. Okay guys, so we're done with the plants in my opinion. Well, I might add some later, but then I'll film that of course, and I'll show you guys at least, and we'll see about that. But I think it's time to add some fish. Right, so I'm not totally sure yet what I'm gonna add. But in here I want my group of 10 albino corridors for sure. That's yeah, I want those in there. In here I've got no clue, and in here I've got no clue. So I'll have a look around, but maybe you guys can put suggestions in the comments. I mean, we've got this whole rack to fill, like you can see up there. We've got that to fill, and down there, well, that even still needs to be clean and stuff. But in this video we're just mainly focusing on this. And then there will be like multiple parts, so this will be this part. Oh, actually the first part was me talking about getting this system. I made a video about that, go watch that. And then the first part will be this row, second part will be that row, third part will be that row, and then fourth maybe that row down there. And then eventually I'll combine everything into one long video, and then you've got a nice detailed overview of this tank and this whole system that we are going to set up with plants and fish. Right, so yeah, these are the guys I'm talking about in here. I've got a group of 10. They're still young'uns, they aren't adult yet, but they'll be nice if we can get those in and get them breeding in there. Alright guys, so I've got my albino corridors caught, so these are the guys. They're looking really good, and there's 10 of them in there. So yeah, let's add them. So I'm simply just gonna go in like that, and there they go. So they are a little spooked out at the moment, but they'll get settled and they'll be fine. And within no time they'll be scattering around. Look, they're moving, and yeah, that'll be good. He's in the moss there. Pretty cool. But so that tank I would say is good for now. I'm not going to add anything else for now, maybe in the future. For now, this tank's good. And guys, I really don't know what to put in these tanks at the moment, so I think I'll just catch up with you guys once I know what I'm going to put in here. Because I do know what I'm going to put up here, and that's just got to do with the different substrates. So here I've got aqua soil, and in here I'll just be doing just some plain gravel. So in here I'll have like, you know, like black mollies and platies and stuff, because they like a bit harder water, whereas the pH softens the water, so you know that's not really going to work. So I need to find some fish to put in here. But for now I'm just going to leave it like this, leave it at that. So yeah, we've got these guys in here, and that's good for now. So I'll see you guys once I've got some fish to put in here. Alright guys, so we're back, and as you might be able to see, we've got some new fish in here. So I'm going to tell you what I've got in here. I also added These plants in here, so those are from my Dutch style aquascape tank. So just some trimmings I put in here to grow. So that's good. So still the core is, so I think we're like a week later now, something like that. The core is doing still amazing, and well, that was the only fish we had in here. But now we've got these. So these are some Apistogramma cockatoides. So these are really beautiful. On the right you can see the male, and on the left you can see the female. And yeah, these were just so amazing. I saw them in the fish shop and I thought I have to get these. You know, they just look at them. That female looks amazing, nice and yellow kind of color. And the camera doesn't really do them justice. Like in real life, they look even better. And then that male with those, well, orange type, you know, fins and stuff. They look amazing. So I'm hoping to breed these soon. You know, that might be cool. But first, I'll just keep them in here, and then we'll see once we can start breeding them. Anyway, so I had an idea of what to put in this tank, and also in this tank. Well, actually, in all the well, maybe not in that tank, but I've actually got some. I got two colonies. Well, I've got one red cherry shrimp colony and a blue dream shrimp colony, not colony. Yeah, blue dream. I can't even say these words anymore. Blue dream shrimp colony. Alright. So I've got those, and I thought I'd put my red cherry shrimp with the cories because they are able to live together. They should be fine as long as you keep them well fed, and we've got some moss in here. So they should be fine in here. And then in here I'll just put my blue dream shrimp. And I might put some endlers in here, but I don't have them right now. I need to buy them. So, but I might put endlers in there. So yeah, let's put those shrimp in here. All right, so we just come over here. As you can see in there, well, you might, I don't know if you can see, but in there are my red cherry shrimp, and in there are my blue dream shrimp. So let's get them out. All right, so there we are. Got them here. So these are the red cherries, as you might be able to see in there. Yeah, you couldn't see them kind of. And here the blue dreams. So yeah, they're doing well. The moss has grown like tripled in size in here, which is crazy. Because I only put like a tiny bit in, so that just shows that moss is really easy to grow and anybody can grow it. So no excuses. Right, so let's get these into the tank. Alright, so I have them in for acclimation. So yeah, they're doing alright in there. And yeah, I'll catch back up when once they're ready to put in. Alright guys, it's been a little while, so I think they're ready to go in. They don't want to come out because they're all on that moss. Come on guys, out you go. That's really working. Okay, there they go. Alright, so now the blue dreams are also in for acclimation. Alright guys, so it's time to add the blue dream shrimp in. There they go. Out they go, and in they go. That's all of them, right? Nice, look at them. That's cool, I like it. Right, so I'll wait until everything's settled and cleared, and then I'll give you one final look at how the tanks are doing. Alright guys, so I've got everything set up, all the shrimp added. So as you can see here, we've got the blue dream shrimp, of course. They are doing really well, as you can see. And everything's looking really good. And the red cherry shrimp in there with the corridoras. And then here we got our pair of Apistogramma cockatoides. So that's doing all good. So like I said, I might add some endlers in here, but I'm not too sure yet. If I do, then I'll let you know in a future video. But for now, this is going to be it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.